Close your eyes and imagine a city bathed in morning light. The year is 79 AD, in the shadow of a great mountain called Vesuvius. The people who live here call their city Pompeii, a place of laughter, trade, gossip, and dreams. They don't know that the mountain, sleeping above them for generations, is alive. But for now, everything feels peaceful. The streets are narrow, paved with smooth, volcanic stone. Between the stones, water glimmers from last night's cleaning. A baker opens his shop near the forum. The scent of warm bread fills the air, soft wheat loaves baked in clay ovens. Children chase each other past painted walls, walls covered with gods, lovers, and political slogans. Vote for Lucius Papedius, one says, still bright red. Another, scratch below it, I love Julia, not Marcus. The city is alive with human noise, sandals, merchants, laughter. Down the hill, the port of Pompeii is waking up. Sailors unload amphorae, jars of olive oil, garum, and wine. Ships come from Greece, Egypt, Spain. Pompeii may seem small, but it is connected to the great Roman world. And above all of it, Vesuvius stands still and silent. In a small bakery, a man named Lucius turns the stone mill with a mule. Grain falls, dust rises. His wife Livia kneads the dough, while their little boy counts loaves by the oven's glow. Lucius doesn't notice the faint tremor under his feet, just a vibration, like a wagon passing outside. He smiles and keeps working. No one pays attention. Pompeii often shakes a little. That's just how it is near the mountain. As the sun climbs higher, the forum fills with people. Statues of emperors shine under the light. A priest offers incense to Jupiter, and a group of men debate grain prices in the marketplace. The marble feels hot already. Vendors shout, "Fresh figs, honeyed dates." A slave fans his master with palm leaves. Somewhere nearby, a dog barks at the sky, a sound that will echo again that evening when the ash begins to fall. In a domus, a Roman house, a young woman named Aurelia writes on a wax tablet. She is practicing her letters, Carpe diem, seize the day. Outside, the streets hum with color, red frescoes, bronze fountains, flowers growing in courtyards. In one corner, a painter is restoring a mural, Venus rising from the sea, the city's favorite goddess. He mixes pigment with olive oil and hums softly, unaware that tomorrow his art will be sealed forever in ash. At midday, a faint sound drifts through the air, a distant boom, as if the mountain exhaled. People pause. Birds rise suddenly from the slopes of Vesuvius. Then, silence again. Someone jokes, maybe Jupiter dropped his hammer. Everyone laughs and the day continues. By noon, the streets shimmer with heat. People rest indoors, curtains drawn, drinking watered wine. Aurelia meets her friend Flavia in a shaded courtyard. They gossip about the latest games in the amphitheater. A gladiator named Cassius has won 3 matches in a row. He fights like Mars himself, Flavia whispers, and they giggle. Outside, the fountain splashes softly. Ash, so light, so thin, floats down for a moment, then disappears in the wind. The dog senses something. He barks toward the mountain, but nobody looks. Life goes on. The city's bathhouses fill with laughter. Steam rises from marble pools. Men debate politics. Women share secrets. Children chase reflections on the floor. In the afternoon, the light begins to change. First gold, then faintly gray. People glance upward, wondering if a storm is coming. A few dark clouds drift near the mountain's peak. No one is worried. Pompeii has seen storms before, but not like this one. Narrator: the sun will soon begin to set, and with it, the last calm hours in the life of Pompeii. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and imagine that golden city still alive, unaware of the fire about to fall from the sky. Evening drifts slowly over Pompeii. The market stalls close one by one. The smell of roasted olives and spiced wine fills the air. Children call to each other across the square, their laughter echoing against marble columns. The mountain stands quiet again. No one remembers the tremor from earlier. They are too busy living. The light turns golden, painting the city in honey tones. On rooftops, families gather to eat. Figs, bread, cheese, and a little wine. From the harbor, you can see the sea glowing like molten copper. Fishermen pull their nets in. They speak of good catches and fair winds. One points to the mountain's top. "Strange," he says. "Looks like smoke up there." The others shrug. It's nothing. In the great baths, the warm air smells of oils and perfume. Men lie back in the tepidarium, their skin gleaming in lamplight. "Did you hear?" one asks. "Another quake this morning." The other laughs. "The gods just turning in their sleep." Steam swirls, water drips. For a moment, everything feels eternal. Near the house of the faun, two lovers walk among the columns. She wears a white stola, he a simple tunic. They whisper about the future, about children, about Rome. A dove lands nearby. The girl smiles and reaches out. The sky behind her is now a deeper orange, and the first faint shadow crosses her face. Just before sunset, a sound rolls across the valley, deep like the growl of the earth itself. Windows shake, dogs bark wildly. Then silence again. People look to the mountain. At its peak, a dark column rises, twisting like smoke. But it isn't smoke. It's thicker, heavier, a pillar of ash climbing into the clouds. A few people stop in the streets. They point. Some laugh nervously. Children clap, thinking it's fireworks. But the column keeps rising. In the forum, a magistrate reassures the crowd. "It's far away," he says. "The wind will carry it east." People nod. Shops reopen. Dinner continues. The baker, Lucius, lights his oven again. His wife tells him to rest, but he wants the next morning's bread ready. The tremors return, barely noticeable between the laughter and clinking cups. The sun dips below the horizon. The mountain glows faintly red at its crown. Fine gray dust begins to fall, soft as snow. It settles on rooftops, on hair, on hands. Children touch it, curious. "It's warm," one says. People taste the air, metallic, sharp, unfamiliar, a smell like lightning and stone. Some close their shutters. Others gather on balconies to watch the strange light. In the distance, you can hear thunder again. But there are no clouds. A roar tears through the night. A flash of orange splits the darkness. From the mountain's side, fire pours upward, not flame, but liquid light. The crowd screams. Then silence. No one understands what they are seeing. Aurelia drops her lamp. Oil spreads across the mosaic floor. The flame flickers like the reflection of the volcano itself. Within minutes, the streets are covered in gray dust. People wrap their faces in cloth. Some pray, some pack belongings, others stand and stare. The mountain sends another deep growl. Lightning flashes within the rising cloud, purple, silent, unreal. It's beautiful and terrifying. Lucius gathers his family. He shuts the door, but ash still seeps through the cracks. His little boy coughs. "Just a storm," he says. "It will pass." He remembers the tremors, the smell of sulfur in the air, but he cannot believe that a whole mountain could destroy a city. He sits by the table, holding a cup of water that trembles in his hand. From above, Pompeii glows faintly under a veil of falling dust. Lanterns flicker. The streets are quiet, save for footsteps and the distant sound of collapsing tiles. The ash falls thicker now, coating the frescoes, the statues, the gardens. The fountain still runs, a small, stubborn trickle beneath the gray sky. And so, the night begins. The night when day will never truly come again. The city breathes under the ash, alive for a few more hours. its people still dreaming of tomorrow. It is early morning in Pompeii. The air is warm, and a thin mist lies above the tiled roofs. Somewhere, a baker opens his shop, and the first smell of bread drifts through the narrow stone streets. A few children run down the road, laughing, chasing one another, while a fruit vendor arranges his baskets of figs and olives. The sound of wooden wheels scraping against cobblestones fills the air as carts pass by, carrying amphorae of wine and oil. It feels like any other morning. No one knows that, by tomorrow, none of this will remain. Pompeii was a small but thriving Roman town, resting peacefully near the Bay of Naples. Its people were not soldiers or emperors. They were bakers, merchants, craftsmen, farmers, and sailors. They lived ordinary lives under the shadow of a mountain that they did not fear. They called it Vesuvius. To them, it was just another part of the landscape, a silent guardian that had always been there. As the morning sun rises higher, Pompeii grows louder. The marketplace, the forum, fills with chatter and bartering. Women in linen dresses stop to gossip at the fountains, drawing water from bronze spouts shaped like lion heads. A few men in togas argue about politics, gesturing passionately. From a distance, one can hear the faint ring of a blacksmith's hammer, shaping metal for the next day's trade. The people of Pompeii are proud of their city. Their walls are painted with colorful frescoes, gods, gardens, banquets. Their houses are filled with mosaics depicting waves, birds, and mythological stories. Even the smallest shop is decorated with care. They enjoy good food, wine, and conversation. To them, this is what civilization means: peace, prosperity, beauty. But far beneath their feet, deep inside Vesuvius, pressure is building. Magma slowly rises, gases accumulate, and the mountain prepares for a violent awakening. No one notices. The mountain looks calm, its slopes covered in vineyards and olive trees. Life goes on. By midday, the streets are hot. People take shelter under awnings or inside cool stone villas. Slaves fan their masters during lunch. Children nap in the shade. The baker checks his ovens again. The sound of cicadas echoes through the city walls. At the city's edge, the amphitheater stands silent under the sun. Its stone seats have seen countless gladiator fights and public events. Today, it is empty. But later, it will serve as a shelter for those seeking safety from falling ash. A soft tremor passes through the ground, so faint that most ignore it. Some think it's just the earth settling, but those who live near the mountain, they pause for a moment. They've felt this before. Small quakes had happened for days, even weeks, yet nothing ever came of it. So, life continues. As the afternoon fades, a strange sight appears. A thin column of smoke begins to rise from the mountain's peak. At first, people stare in curiosity. Some point, some laugh. They think it's beautiful, sunlight catching the smoke, turning it gold. They don't know it yet, but that column marks the beginning of the end. Hours pass. The column grows darker, thicker. Ash begins to fall, lightly at first, like gray snowflakes. Children play with it, trying to catch the flakes in their hands. By evening, the city grows quieter. People start to feel uneasy. Birds are gone. Dogs bark endlessly. The air smells of sulfur. Then, suddenly, the mountain explodes. A deafening roar fills the sky. Flames shoot upward. The ground shakes violently, throwing people off their feet. The blue sky turns black. Within minutes, day becomes night. Ash and pumice rain down like stones. People scream. Some run for shelter. Others pray to the gods. Inside the city, the streets are chaos. Tiles crash from rooftops. Walls crumble. People try to cover their faces with cloths to breathe. Many flee toward the sea, hoping to escape by boat. But the water is already boiling, full of debris and burning ash. Through the night, Pompeii is buried, little by little. Ash piles up on roofs, making them collapse. The air is thick, heavy, and poisonous. Families huddle together, whispering prayers, waiting for it to stop. But it doesn't stop. Somewhere, a man writes, Pliny the Younger, from across the bay, watching the mountain in horror. He will be the one to describe it later, in calm detail. A cloud like a pine tree rising into the sky. He watches as the darkness spreads across the sea. By dawn, Pompeii is gone. The city, once full of laughter and trade, lies silent under meters of ash. Only the shapes of people remain, frozen in their last moments, preserved by time itself. The baker caught at his oven, the mother shielding her child, the man clutching his dog. Centuries pass. The world forgets Pompeii. Fields grow above it. Vineyards return to the mountain slopes. No one remembers that an entire city sleeps beneath their feet. Then, in 1748, a group of explorers digs into the ground and finds something extraordinary. A wall, a fresco, a body. They realize they have uncovered a lost city, perfectly preserved by tragedy. Time stopped here, frozen in the exact moment when disaster struck. As archaeologists dig deeper, Pompeii begins to live again. They find the graffiti on walls, love notes, jokes, even insults. They find bread still in the oven, coins on tables, and wine jars sealed for eternity. Every discovery feels intimate, human. These were people just like us, with dreams, arguments, laughter, and routines. They did not know they were about to become history. Today, when you walk through Pompeii, it is quiet again. No screams, no smoke, just wind moving through the empty streets. The ruts of ancient carts are still visible in the stone roads. The fountains still stand, though they no longer flow. The houses are open to the sky, their walls painted with gods who never answered. You can almost hear them, the faint echo of a marketplace, the laughter of children, the sound of a hammer on bronze. Pompeii feels alive, yet gone. A city between life and memory. When night falls over the ruins, the moonlight makes the stones glow faintly. You realize that this is not just the story of Pompeii. It is the story of every civilization that thought it would last forever. Every empire that built, traded, and dreamed, only to vanish in time's quiet ash. And so, the city sleeps again, not destroyed, but preserved. A reminder that nothing truly disappears. Only silence remains. Only the dust remembers.